Hi, Edgar again. Yeah, a very strong lineup there. Quite a few UFC players and a couple of newcomers and youngsters as well. Yeah, just thinking with the UFC players coming in.
Ashfaq, so your season a break for the next 2 weeks, and some people have gone to the Springbok alignment camp. So I think it's given us a good opportunity to keep some URC players sharp, and also doesn't help that we just sent just the young guys to the Wolves. I think definitely a balance in terms of experience, in terms of opportunity as well, Ashfaq.
Just on Saboom Kosi, he has been called up to the second Springbok training camp. It's going to be in Cape Town Saturday and Sunday. So is he going to come back to play for you guys, or is he ruled out?
Definitely, Ashfaq. Definitely, Ashfaq. I think that call wasn't always. It wasn't. It wasn't always. That information was not always privy to us, and also is not a guy that also hasn't played for a long time. Ashfaq with his off-field situation that he's gone through at the moment. So also preparing for URC, helping them get better as well for the Ulster and the Toulouse leg away. So we've got to. It'll be good for us to give them a bit of game time and make sure that they're best prepared as well for that. So those are some of the things, Ashfaq, we've got to take into cognizance when we are selecting a team, is making sure we have all those objectives for not only for this Currie Cup but for the franchise as well, and also long term wise as well, Ashfaq.
Just one more from you, Edgar. Jan Hendrik Wessels at hooker, you were hooker yourself. He's been changed from prop and he's played some UFC games also. But yeah, what do you make of him as a hooker, and what do you think he can do on Sunday against the Pumas?
No, Ashfaq, I think as a hooker, personally, I take him to heart, and I think he's an exceptional talent. I think you see the characteristics of a really good hooker. He's really niggly as an individual, really forward. He's how you say in Afrikaans? In Afrikaans you almost say, ja, jy kan sien hy's hakker want hy sy gemeenskap, hoe hy met mense praat, hoe hy homself hanteer. Hy's amper, jy sê in rugby you say fail. I like soos 'n fail. He's like as an oyster, really. He's niggly in between, almost like a honey badger sort of mentality. So really looking forward to really help him in his development. Ashfaq, I take that almost personally myself to try and help him and see how best we can bring him through. And I think the Currie Cup is definitely a platform where we think Jan Hendrik can get an accurate game time, and also make sure he gets an accurate level of competition for him.
Just a question regarding Ludwig. Do you see him as a flanker, or will he again move between lock and flank during the season?
No, so Cole, I think he's an exceptional player, and I think for him where he is now at 21, I've also been fortunate to have coached him through the Bulls under 19, under 20, and under 21s when he was available to us. So I think he's both. I think until he's able to take a spot in the URC as a official starting weekend to weekend, but for his development, in order for him to call lineouts, to be really exceptional at calling lineouts, and also because he's such an athletically advantaged player, I think we really are using him at 7 in order to grow his experience. And I think only in time, once they settle down, will they be able to give us a much more accurate and also fitting place within the squad, whether 5, 4, or 7. But really one of the most exciting players at the Vodacom Bulls himself, Jan Hendrik, and a couple other players. But really looking forward, Carl, and also take it also as it's also really personal for me because I've known him for a long time, and also coaching through the juniors to really see how well he develops.
So how do you see the game, and what do you expect from this game in particular?
Jan, there's an expression in English that says when two bulls meet, only the grass suffers, Jan. So really looking forward to a really tough challenge. They're the Currie Cup champions 100%, and no one can take that away. They've had their parades, they've had all their parties for last year's Currie Cup, and we're excited, we're seething at the mouth to really have a good opportunity and have a good outing against the New Nation Pumas on Sunday. So Jan, it's a tough game against the Currie Cup champions. So, and we're looking forward to the challenge. I mean, you've also seen with the selection, Jan. The way we favored selection, that we're not taking it lightly in any way. We don't underestimate them in any way. And we look forward to also taking to them as well. I think with that selection, we're definitely going to take them to them, Jan.
One final one from me. Obviously, they've had a few changes. I mean, some of the guys have gone to the Lions and Western Province and stuff. Do you think that's weakening the team in any way, or do you expect the same from Jimmy and his team?
Yeah, and you've known Jimmy also for the last 15 years. Jimmy's team's always a Jimmy team. Doesn't matter. I mean, you don't even have to know who the players are. You know exactly that they'll be well conditioned. You know that they'll come around the corner very hard. We all know that all of Jimmy's teams are niggly, but we also know that they're really playing an abrasive style of rugby. So we all respect Jimmy's team as a coach. So it doesn't matter who the personnel is. I think the idea of the Pumas is exactly always the same as been for the last 15 years, Jan.
Thanks very much, Edgar. Appreciate it.
You agree as well, Jan?
Say again?
Jan, do you agree as well?
Ja. No. Jimmy is Jimmy. Hy's lekker.
100%.
Hy bo arms. Gaan julle 'n bietjie guns wys Sondag.
So presies, ja, jy ken hom baie goed. Hy deur al die jare, Jan, almal ken Jimmy se team. Hy het al baie spelers verloor. So daar's niks nuut wat ons gaan uit Jimmy se spanlys leer nie.
Edgar, just in terms of your backline, I know you're a forwards group, but I mean, you got some exciting selections here, especially Wandisile Similani at fullback. I know he has played a couple of URC games there. What do you hope to see from him?
No, Ashfaq, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he scored 2 tries this past weekend against the Lions. Yeah, I thought that's exactly what we expected. I think when the Vodacom Bulls signed Similani, we knew exactly what we're getting in terms of as a package. And I think for him to take it to the next level is going to be the challenge for him, Ashfaq, and for him to do that consistently on a week-to-week basis, and also at the franchise where you're expected to win most of your games, you're expected to win the competition. It's one thing to do it in another jersey, but at the Vodacom Bulls, there's an expectation on performance to be consistent, to be really play well on a consistent level, because we all know, Ashfaq, the Bulls struggle for 1 or 2 games, and then all of a sudden everyone's crying and say, what's going on with the Bulls, Ashfaq?